Hey everybody, how's it going? Today, let's take a look at this 2011 Volkswagen Touareg 3-litre V6 TDI BlueMotion SE. And this is going to be a full, in-depth tour of the Touareg. We'll start it up, show the engine, as well as show you the features on the interior, as well as exterior. And before I begin, I'd like to give a big thanks to the Deeside Motor Centre, located in Connors Quay, North Wales, for allowing me to come out and film this car. For more information regarding current inventory and contact info, please check out the link in the description below. And so, without further ado, let's get it started up and let it run. It's a dark grey exterior with black leather interior. Has just under 63,000 miles on the clock. Fires right up. Leather wrapped steering wheel with side grip extensions and satin accenting. Has an 8-speed automatic transmission with sport mode and manual shift. And we'll go ahead and turn on the automatic headlamps, front and rear fog lamps, and the hazards. All 4 windows are automatic, and we'll go and check out the exterior, shall we? .20-inch wheels, you also have front and rear parking sensors. has a 3-litre V6 turbo diesel engine, puts out 236 brake horsepower, does 0 to 60 in 7.6 seconds, and has a top speed of 135 miles an hour. Power locks, power mirrors, power windows, rear child locks, boot release, fully powered driver's seat with side airbags, and we'll go ahead and here she sounds. Does have a limiter at 2,500 RPM. Not bad at all. Dual zone automatic climate control. You can either control it from down here or by the touchscreen. Fan speed. Individual temperatures for both sides. Different zones. Max front defrost, rear defrost, one touch automatic, AC on and off, recycling, off altogether, and your heated seats.
They either go to Scotland or they go to the north of England or Belfast.
Different preset stations.
It's feasible, there are jobs and opportunities there.
War on the West, available in hardback, ebook and audiobook.
Stay with classic. The record high. Figures show a big increase since lockdown restrictions were relaxed.
Decent sounding audio system.
From Birmingham's been jailed for 20 years after
A decade of unlimited possibilities and total despair.
FM AM, DAB digital radio,
Still casts a dark shadow over Russia today.
station list,
Join me, Tim Hewell, to explore those wild years in Russia's restless 90s.
preset options,
Radio 4's 90s season here on Radio
and so on.
and BBC Sounds. On
Traffic
Saturday
announcements.
at 8.
On 92 to 95 FM, 198 long wave on BBC Sounds and digital.
Media, phone,
Hello and welcome to the World at One. With me, Sarah.
navigation,
The head of the United Nations is in Ukraine and calls the war evil and absurd.
There is no way a war can be acceptable in the 21st century.
But other than words, what can the United Nations do to help Ukraine? We'll speak to a senior advisor to President Zelensky. Also,
destination,
the government publishes its plan for reforming the broadcast sector. What does it mean for the soon-to-be privatised Channel 4?
traffic info,
Ben Stokes has been named England Test captain.
He bowls to Stokes who hammers it for four! It's Stonezone with the bat raised! I can't believe you've seen that!
We'll ask one of his predecessors, David Gow,
hand settings,
about the challenges ahead. And what we used to sound like.
I used to be up at 4:30 every morning. I'd 13 cows of milk before I got my breakfast. And meat thing on wasn't machine milking.
We'll hear about these.
sound settings,
To capture what we all sound like now. The BBC News is read by Jane Steele.
The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has made his first...
it's pretty much your standard Volkswagen infotainment system, so it's pretty simple to use.
Around Kiev. Mr. Guterres described conflict as evil and urged Moscow to cooperate with any investigation by the International Criminal Court. Our correspondent Sarah Rainsford is travelling with Antonio Guterres and sent this report.
The UN chief was driven on a rapid tour along roads where every single building lay in ruins. In Borodyanka, where giant apartment blocks were destroyed by Russian airstrikes, and
Parking sensors,
called war evil, an absurdity and unacceptable. In Bucha, where civilians were executed, many of them shot in the head, he was shown the site of a mass grave and appealed to Russia to
power outlet,
with a thorough international investigation. But Vladimir Putin has already shrugged off the clear evidence of atrocities by his troops here as Ukrainian provocation. And whilst Russian forces have been pushed back now from Ukraine's...
down here you have your auto stop start,
Putin's
traction control,
is still raging in the east.
and off-road mode.
The government has again delayed the introduction of post-Brexit import controls on goods from the EU to avoid worsening the cost of living crisis. The measures, including sanitary checks at the border, were to come into force in July, but have now been postponed until the end of next year.
Auto-dimming rear view mirror,
England and Wales, Suella Braverman, said that a small number of MPs behave like animals after one of her Conservative colleagues allegedly watched porn in a Commons...
SOS emergency roadside assistance,
Woman's Hour here on Radio 4, but if the claim is proven, the person should no longer be an MP. Here's our political correspondent Helen Catt.
Once again, Westminster is facing claims that it fosters a culture of misogyny and sexism. Suella Braverman, who is one of the most senior women in the government, said she didn't think the culture was pervasive. But she said there were some bad apples who were out of order and behaved like animals.
audio controls, hands-free phone controls,
She was clear
and cruise control.
specifically talking about a small number of male MPs. Earlier, the Defence Secretary Ben Wallace said that Westminster's combination of long hours, bars and people sometimes under pressure could create a toxic mix. The Chief Whip said yesterday the pornography claim should be referred to Parliament's independent scheme for investigating bullying, harassment and sexual misconduct. Any such referral would have to be made by the MPs who witnessed the incident.
The Conservative MP for Bridgend, Jamie Wallace, has been charged with 4 driving offences following a crash last November. The incident took place in Cowbridge. The charges include failing to stop and driving without due care and attention. He's due before magistrates next month. The government has published its plans for reforming broadcasting. It includes changes to the regulation of streaming services, more details...
Pretty amazing vehicle.
...of Channel 4, and changes to sporting rights.
Let's go ahead and shut her down.
With the exception of the BBC's iPlayer, up to now, video on demand...
Let's go and check out the rest of the vehicle, shall we? Same power adjustment for the passenger seat. Well viewers, thanks so much for watching this in-depth tour of this 2011 Volkswagen Touareg, and a big thanks to the Deeside Motor Centre for allowing me to come and film it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and peace out.